What's up, YouTube? I've been watching so many horror roommate stories, psycho roommate stories, and I thought, I've got a pretty good one. Let me put mine on YouTube. Not that anyone's gonna watch it. This is mostly for me 30 plus years down the road, and if I want to remember what happened, or if my friends and family want to watch. But that's probably it. So let's start from the beginning of my crazy roommate story. It was a fall semester 2010, so this was my first semester at BYU-Idaho. I just moved into my dorm with 5 other girls, and one of them was really fun. So when we first met, she's like, "You're so pretty." I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna be friends." And she was also from California too, so I'm like, perfect, we're really gonna be friends. So we end up being roommates together, so we shared the room. And we just became really close those first couple weeks. We, had pillow talk every night. We went to the Crossroads for lunch every day, and we just told each other everything. We were really good friends. We soon realized, though, that Rexburg wasn't the most fun city, so we thought that we'd go to Utah to go to a club, an 18 plus Mormon club, no alcohol or anything like that. So we texted a few of our friends. By this point we had made about 5. They all said no. So just me and my roommate, I guess I should probably change her name, so let's call her Kim. So me and Kim leave Friday night for Utah, and I remember her being the worst driver. She was speeding and she was on her phone, so I felt like I couldn't be on my phone. I had to watch the road because she was gonna kill us. But we got there really quick, so that was good. Anyways, so we also invited my friend from home, Melissa. So we pick her up at her apartment, and then we head to Walmart to get our cute clubbing outfits on from Walmart. So they're really cute. I'll put a picture in the video for you. Anyway, so we got done at Walmart, and then we head over to, it was called Studio 600. And we were also meeting mine and Melissa's other friend from home, Kirk, him and his friend. So they were already in line, so they were just waiting for us. So we find a parking spot, and then me and Melissa were like, okay, we gotta hurry, like Kirk and his friend are already in line. And Kim's like, oh, like, hold on, I don't have my shoes on yet. We're like, okay, well, we're just gonna start walking, like, just come once you're done. So we were, I don't know, like 30 seconds away from the car, and she starts running up, and she's like, you guys, she's like, I locked the keys in the car. And we're like, oh crap, like what should we do? And she's like, oh, I'll just call AAA, it's fine, we'll get it unlocked, like no big deal. Like, okay, sounds good, like let's call him. And she's like, oh, well, you guys could go inside, like I'll just call him. And we're like, you sure? We don't mind waiting with you. She's like, no, it's fine. So I'm like, okay, well, since you locked like all of your stuff in the car too, like take my phone, and then we'll have Melissa's phone. So if you need anything, just call Melissa's phone. So then we meet up with Kirk and his friend, and we go inside, and we're having fun, we're dancing, and I hadn't heard from Kim, so I sent her a text. Nothing. So we keep dancing, having a good time. Text her again, nothing. So I'm like, maybe she's inside, maybe she found a cute guy. No big deal, let's just keep dancing. Then I'm like, okay, maybe I should like try and call her. So I go to the bathroom, try and call her. It rings for a couple times and then goes to voicemail. I'm like, okay, whatever, let's keep dancing. And then I try her again, and same thing, like it rings a couple times and then goes to voicemail. So then we're like, okay, we should probably check on her. So we go outside, and Kirk and his friend had already left by now. So we go outside, and her car is gone, and I remember just seeing her like pink sunglasses in that parking spot. So I'm like, I know she was there. But yeah, car gone, didn't text Melissa's phone, nothing. We had no idea what was going on. So then Melissa calls her friend to come pick us up and takes us back to her apartment. And we're like, okay, by now she's in her car, so that means she has her phone. I'm like, okay, I'll try and reach out to my other roommates to get her phone number. Well, Melissa didn't have a computer, so we called Kirk and we're like, hey, can you message my roommates and ask for his number? And like I said, it's only 2 weeks into the semester, so I'm not friends with them on Facebook yet. So I have Kirk like doing some hardcore stalking for me and then just messaging these random girls his phone number. And the message was like, hey, what's your phone number? I need it right away. This is important. And that's all it said. But it was also like 1 or 2 in the morning, I think, by now. So all of my roommates were already asleep, and so none of them messaged back. So we're like, okay, let's just go to bed and we'll figure it out in the morning. In the morning, me and Melissa, we go get breakfast, and then we hear back from one of my roommates saying that they heard from Carrie and she's on her way back to Rexburg. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm still in Salt Lake. What do you mean she's on her way to Rexburg? Like, we came together. I'm here. Why is she going there? Like, how am I supposed to get there? And they're like, yeah, well, I don't know, but she's on her way back. That's all we know. And I'm like, okay, like, what's going on? Me and Melissa immediately cancel our credit cards. We're like, this girl's crazy. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen. And then we have our other friend, Sydney, because like I said, all of our stuff's in that car. So my wallet, everything, Melissa's wallet. So we have our friend, Sydney, buy me a ticket for the Salt Lake Express back to Rexburg. So we call Kim's phone one last time. Melissa leaves her a colorful voicemail. And yeah, still hadn't heard back from her, so Melissa takes me to the bus stop and I get on the bus. Once again, still in my super cute clubbed outfit. No phone, no purse, nothing. And I get back on the bus and go to Rexburg. It was the longest bus ride of my life because I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's gonna happen? I don't know. So I get back to Rexburg and I get back to my dorm and all my roommates were being super weird. I'm like, you guys, you'll never guess what happened. And they're like, oh, we already know. We've already talked. We've already talked to the bishop. And I'm like, the bishop? Like, why? Like, why do you need to talk to the bishop? Like, she left me in Utah. Like, what did she tell you? And they were seriously being so weird. So I'm like, whatever. I'm like, well, where is she? I need to talk to her. And they're like, oh, she's packing up. She's not home right now. I'm like, okay, well, I need to talk to her. And they're like, well, she's going back to California. Like, she's leaving, she's going back to California. I'm like, okay, I need to talk to her before she leaves because whatever happened, like, she's being crazy. So since she wasn't there, my roommates were all being weird. I went to my almost boyfriend at the time's apartment, Grant, and to hang out with him. So I was with Grant, telling him obviously what happened. And then I get a phone call from my roommate saying that back, but she's only going to be there for 5 minutes, so I better hurry. So I sprint across the campus, and then she was there, and I was able to talk to her. And she also left all of mine and Melissa's stuff on my desk. So now I had, my phone back, my wallet back, and all of Melissa's stuff. So I talked to Kim, and I'm like, what happened? Like, I didn't even know where to start. And she was just like, well, you ditched me. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I told you guys I was tying my shoes, and you guys ran off. And you were so far away, like, I couldn't see you. And you guys ditched me. And I'm like, hold up. We did not ditch you. Like, we were, like I said, 30 seconds away from the car, and then you met up with us, and it was fine. Well, why would you say that we ditched you? And she's like, well, and then you guys didn't wait for me to get my car unlocked. And I'm like, we offered. You told us no. Like, what do you want us to do? Beg you to, like, wait out there with you? Like, I don't know. And I guess we probably should have waited. But like I said, we offered. We drove to Utah literally for the night to go to this dance, and I was excited to dance. Anyways, so she said that while she was waiting for her car to get locked, she was like walking around and a group of black guys assaulted her. And I'm like, oh, like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Like, why didn't you call me and tell me that you were in trouble? And she's like, no, look at the bruises on my arm. And now, I'm not saying she didn't get assaulted, but it was just kind of weird, right? The whole story was weird. So I was like, okay, well, like, if you're in trouble, you should have let us know. And she's like, well, I was able to get away from them, but then the whole rest of the night, I had to wait under my car, and I was scared and crying, and it was cold. And I'm like, the car that was in the parking lot of the dance that we were at. You could have called us and we would have left and we would have been with you and then we all would have been safe and we could have left. Why didn't you call us? Well, I'm like, I tried calling you. And she's like, well, your phone was dead. And you know how I said she left my phone and like wallet and everything for me on my desk? My phone had like 2 batteries still on there, so it was not dead. So anyways, so she thought that we ditched her. She said she got assaulted. One of her friends ended up picking her up. The whole like night like scarred her or something. So she decided that she was leaving BYU-Idaho and moving back to California because of this. Anyways, so like I said, she packed up her stuff and left like 5 minutes later after we talked, and that was it. That was the last time I saw Kim. That was a fun way to start off my college experience. And it was tough because, like I said, we were really good friends those first 2 weeks. And all my other roommates I wasn't super close with, so I was like, I lost a friend, even though she was crazy. Like, I felt like I lost a friend. We only talked like one time after that. It was her birthday, like 3 months later. And like I said, I like missed having her as a friend, so I sent her like a happy birthday message, and she said she was doing well and that she was engaged. I'm like, okay. So that's the story of my crazy college roommate. I hope you guys enjoyed.